Good morning. Good morning. Roger, good morning, man. Good to see you. Did everyone enjoy that XLM XRP debate last night? Who saw that? Just out of curiosity. Got to make sure I get the X chat going today. Mr. I has been very upset with me that I haven't been paying attention to the X chat. So we'll be paying attention to that X chat for sure today. There we go. Harry. Showmed. I am watching the X chat today. 2 chats. I can handle it. Did people watch that debate we did on XRP versus XLM? Debate was fire. Oh, Defen, I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. It was a lot of fun. I thought there was a lot of good education. I didn't like the other guy. No, he was cool. He's cool. He was very respectful, so I appreciate him being respectful. We can disagree, right? Like, disagreeing is fine, but like, it's important to me that it's not just like yelling at each other, right? And we actually have some productive conversations. I think we had some very productive conversations. I was surprised at some of his takes, but look, not everyone has to think the same. How much XRP did Noti buy after the debate? That's a good question. A lot of people asking for meme shout outs. We'll not do any meme shout outs, unfortunately. Yeah, and guys, I have to say, Noti gave me a gift. I mean, the fact that he let me bring Vet, I mean, come on. I don't think that was his best move in terms of winning the debate, but I had Vet on my side, which was a huge benefit, because I can definitely argue the investment thesis behind XRP versus XLM, but the fact that I had Vet on the technical side, that's huge. All the meme coiners coming in. We can talk. We can talk about meme coins. Let's let the chat warm up a little bit, but though before we jump into it, guys, if you're getting here early, make sure to smash that like button. Really appreciate that. Obviously, the big news of the day right now is it looks like Bitcoin has the potential to really put in a new all-time high today. So we'll keep an eye on that today. Super exciting to see that taking place, because ultimately, there's no better thing for Bitcoin making it, or XRP making a new all-time high, than really having Bitcoin starting to push up and really confirm that we are in that bull market that we've all been waiting for. So we'll take a look at Bitcoin real quick. Obviously, we see Bitcoin kind of pushing up right now, starting to make those gains. In my opinion, it looks very good. We were watching this range for a while here, just waiting for Bitcoin to finally break out and get that movement. And as we can see, we're finally really making that push. Haven't broken out yet. It looks like we have to break above 73-ish, get to 75, but I think we're going to get there pretty soon. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Whoever talked about the XRP trip and to Vegas. Very cool. He only had 2 negative things to say about XRP and Ripple and touted them over and over again. He really didn't have any good reasons for XLM over XRP except for being a nonprofit. Yeah, I don't think being a nonprofit's that very bullish. Like, he seemed like very tied up on the fact that, oh, XLM was a nonprofit, but I don't really see that as a good thing. Like, I would much rather have Ripple be for profit than a nonprofit. I mean, nonprofits just don't really excite me that much in terms of the innovation. Look at the biggest companies in the world. None of them are nonprofits. So I thought that was kind of interesting, that was kind of his biggest argument. It's like, oh, it's a nonprofit. It's like, okay, well, I don't care about being a nonprofit. Like, why would I want Ripple to be a nonprofit? what exciting thing ever comes out of a nonprofit? And the other big thing he kept on bringing up was like humanitarian aid. Like, yeah, humanitarian aid is great, but like that's not real money, right? That's just like a side project. It's like a nice to have. It's like, oh, we'll do some humanitarian aid because, you know, it's the right thing to do, but it's not like a business. Yeah, so when it came down to some of those points, I don't know. It was hard for me, I think, to really get on board with a lot of that line of thinking. To me, it didn't seem like most of those arguments really checked out. But I appreciate your guys' commentary on that as well, because it always helps to get a better idea of what you guys think about it, to give me a better idea of like how well what I did up there really delivered and translated to something important. A lot of times that's really hard to tell. Yeah, so the big thing is going to be on Bitcoin today. One of the things that I specifically really want to see is for
to deal with the
didn't want to put that on. Is for the Bitcoin to XRP ratio to bottom, and I think that's ultimately going to be the thing to have XRP catch up here. So let's take a look at XRP BTC. So yep, this is exactly what I expected this to look like. XRP to BTC is coming right back down to this bottom region here. And this is where I would expect that bottom to take place and ultimately make it for XRP times to go. So that's what we're really waiting on. This bottom to happen, and then ultimately for XRP to start outperforming against Bitcoin. So in my opinion, all that looks good. In my opinion, all that looks good. And to me, we're just waiting for that final kind of capitulation to take place here. Galicio, good to see you. RPM. BTC broke out of a cup and handle. Donate the XRP. Yeah, I don't see how. Yeah, I personally don't see how a nonprofit is really bullish. Roger, yeah, that was a tough game. That 2-point conversion was crazy. I couldn't believe that. Giants did give us a little bit of a scare at the end. I was getting a little worried. I wanted to have faith. I was getting a little worried at the end. I didn't like seeing whatever the Giants were doing on that comeback, but we were able to hold you guys off. It was a good game overall, so. Sui is blasting. Let's take a look at Sui. Oh yeah, pretty big candle coming in right there. And that's the thing, guys. As soon as Bitcoin breaks out, I think we're going to see a lot of momentum come into a lot of coins. So they're watching this Bitcoin breakout right now, and they're getting ready to make their move. Let's see what this move is right now. 17%. Wow. I want to move this screen around a little bit. Hold up. I want to put this in the bottom left. And then make this full screen. Cool. I like that more. Because all the trading view ads come up anyway, so. Cool. Yeah, I like that a lot more. So that still kind of takes place, so I have to... okay, cool. Yeah, so Sui's definitely blasting off. Take a look at XRP real quick. XRP is really respecting this bottom, which is great to see. So we really just want to see the XRP to Bitcoin ratio bottom here. Bitcoin continue to blast off, and I believe XRP's time is very close after. XP Market, good to see you. Great to see you, XP Market. I did see CNBC talking about yields in the dollar earlier. Would have been a great discussion to jump in on, but for now, we'll just take a look at some of these charts and see what we can get from Bitcoin, because that's really the big thing we've been waiting on. We've really been waiting on Bitcoin to make this move we're seeing right now. It's been range bound for a while, but this has always been the indication that something is big, or something's around the corner for XRP. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the XRP XLM debate. Awesome. It was a lot of fun. Meme coin's gonna fly. All right. A lot of people are asking about the meme coins. We'll take a look at the meme market real quick, see if anything interesting is going on there. So in the meme market, we've had a massive sell-off. Massive sell-off. So drop specifically has been hit pretty hard. Take a look at this. So drop specifically has been hit hard here. But trying to create a bottom. Let me move this over. All right, here we go. So drop has had this sell off here. Trying to really make a turnaround here. I certainly think it can. I think drop is one of the ones that probably has got a lot of momentum behind it, but it's got to get off this massive downslope, right? It's got to make that turnaround to really break out. So that's where drop is sitting at the moment. Want to take a look at some of the other large ones at play. But so what's another big one? Bear is another one that I think is kind of one of the blue chips. So Bear's been around for a while. Bear's been around for a while. So they actually were before the first ledger craze and then got listed on first ledger. So that's one of the things I like about Bear specifically. It was kind of around before the whole meme craze happened, and then the first ledger craze sort of just pumped it up. So here's the Bear chart. So as you can see, Bear seems to be leading the market a little bit in terms of what's going on here. As we just looked at, drop is kind of still recovering from this big drop, and drop, and Bear has kind of already created this turnaround. So Bear seems to already have been, or already started recovering from a lot of this sell-off, but Bear is one of those OGs. So Bear is one of those OGs that, in my opinion, has proven at this point, right? Like anything's possible, but they have a lot of history in terms of really proving out that they're here for the long run. So I think that's probably one of the good things about that. And hold up, we'll do a couple more. Well, let's just go to the front page. One of the crazy things happening in the market right now on the front page is a lot of these tokens are being just pumped to make it look like they have a high market cap, but there's no actual holders. So like this PEP coin on the number 1, as you can see, someone holds pretty much 100% of the supply of the token. So that's something you need to consider whenever you look at the front page. Some of these tokens, always look at the holders and make sure the holders aren't too concentrated in the coin, because obviously that's going to make it very hard to not be convinced there's going to be a rug pull. See what else we got. Flippy. Let me see what people are saying about that. Flippy is doing okay. Bradcoin should be hyped. I haven't seen much from Bradcoin recently. It seems like they've gone pretty inactive. But could be wrong. We can take a look at Flippy real quick. You know what I have to do? I have to bring up First Ledger. Oh, or I could do this. I got it. Hold up, guys. 1 second. I just have to use a different browser for this. Okay, here we go. All right, let's take a look. So Flippy's another major one. Let's take a look at the chart. All right, so Flippy looks like it's starting to create that bottom, right? So now you kind of would hope that it does a similar thing as Bear has done, where it's able to really start pushing back up to some of those previous all-time highs. So Flippy looks like it started the recovery process from this big sell-off, and now what you would like to see Flippy do is start recovering and start moving its way upward. So that's what Flippy is doing. One of the ones that I think has potential that really hasn't gotten a lot of love is King. So obviously the OG bearable guy meme. We'll see if this one can ever get some momentum behind it, but that's one of the ones I find interesting in terms of a smaller play. Like I always say, guys, the meme coin market is complete gambling. You've always got to be very careful. But a lot of people find it extremely interesting, and right now the market is in a massive bear market. A lot of exciting things around the corner, I believe, but the market has to prove itself, and we've got to get some serious momentum going. With things like Deck Screen around the corner, I certainly think it's possible, but there is a pretty big sell-off. Jobs report today at 10. Cool. I appreciate you letting me know. I don't think, well, we won't be live for 10 o'clock, but I appreciate the information for sure. The bear market. Let's go. Yeah. Shout out to you, Bear. You guys have been doing a good job. You guys have stuck around for a while, and, I don't know, longevity seems to be one of the most important things in the market, right? I think one of the biggest things about having a successful meme coin is just proving you're not going to rug. Just proving you're not going to rug to me seems like a pretty big step in memes are not serious. They're not supposed to be. Oh, absolutely not. It's definitely not supposed to be serious, and if you're taking it serious, right, you're probably doing something wrong. But how long till breakout on what? XRP, or are we talking one of the memes? Bear is here to stay. Well, we appreciate that, Bear. Let me scroll through the news real quick, see what we've got going on. Also, guys, I should do a shout on that out on this real quick. Hold on, let me bring it up. It looks like there's going to be something for XP Market coming. I'm not sure if we can get anything from XP Market on the stream, but Arter tweeted out, not much time left until XP Market changes the rules of the game. If you have XPM or XPM XRP liquidity tokens, you are in the game with us and already in the lead. Something's new is coming to the XRP ledger. Don't miss it. So this should be interesting. Holding XPM could earn you airdrops in the future. For those of you who don't know, one of the things I'm personally messing around with, right? And you have to make your own decision if this is something you want to do, but I'm currently collecting rewards on XPM's website for providing liquidity to the XRP XPM pool. So I go in and claim my XPM rewards pretty much daily, and get about 180 XPM a day. And it looks like there could be some more exciting things coming here. So definitely check out XPM's website as well. Some really cool opportunities to be able to earn for interacting with the XRP ledger. So I've been taking advantage of being able to farm some XPM token. And let's see if I can look specifically at my pool. ATM rug pull. Let me take a look. I burned more than you? Yeah, I've got a lot of XPM burned, unfortunately. What are you going to do? Yeah, I think I want to put more into the pool. I think I'm going to put some more into the pool, actually. I think I'm going to put some more into the pool. It looks like I have about $8 in fees. Nothing that substantial, but that's not counting the fact that I've been earning a lot of the farming rewards as well. Let's see. Rug pull on ATM. No, this definitely isn't a rug pull. So this isn't a rug pull. This is just a big sell-off. So this is what you need to expect in the meme market, right? This definitely isn't a rug pull. A rug pull is when it's going to zero. So I wouldn't call this a rug pull. This is just what happens with memes, guys. It actually looks like to me it's trying to recover. So it's trying to create this bottom here. But you should always expect this kind of massive dips in the meme market. How long till we break out? Yeah, I'm excited to see what XP Market has in store for us. It's so nice seeing all these new things coming to the XRP ledger. So nice. And just stuff to do. So many cool new ways to just make sure you're earning in this ecosystem. Oh, Taylor, good to see you, man. Yeah, what a great morning, huh? Excellent, excellent, excellent. So nice to see Bitcoin breaking out finally. I mean, some of us have been waiting a very long time for that. Dirt Nap Defense, good to see you. Flippy to the moon. Just a dip, no rug for ATM. Oh, guys, trust me. I got rugged on a couple. There was a couple that I was like, oh, this is it, this is it, this is it. And then boom, rug pulled out from under me. So you've always got to be careful of that. Whenever you get involved in any meme coin, you've got to be like, all right, this could be a rug pull. But it helps too. Like I talked about Bear specifically. Like it helps when Bear has been around for, I don't know how long, maybe like 5 to 6 months, maybe even longer. So they've been around for a while. So to me, that proves a lot. The thing with Drop as well is I'm pretty sure Drop, there's not really any founders in it. It's pretty much just community led. So that also decreases the chance of a rug pull. Wild that goat coin is bullish. It's random, right? It's random. It's all about just trying to find something that you think, I don't know, memeable. So like me personally, like one of the things I like to just find is like those XRP ledger, like OG memes. Cause in my opinion, right, that probably increases the chance that more people in the XRP community will enjoy that meme. So I like the OG kind of XRP meme style things. I have a hard time with things that are like not related to the XRP ledger in any kind of way. It's hard for me to see the meme potential of it. Let's see. Yeah, like so like something like the OG bearable guy memes kind of stuff, right? So like things like this. This is the kind of stuff that like, I don't know. You have to pick what works for you, but some of that stuff I find like King, like that kind of stuff I find like, okay, well, like this is at least going to be like something that people find interesting. Now, whether or not something like this is so small turns into anything, gets rugged, whatever, like that's hard to say, right? You got to be super careful on these small micro cap things. But I feel like I've done the best with things just related to the XRP ledger. But that's probably enough meme talk for now. Brad is an OG XRP ledger meme. Yeah, Brad Coin is. I just haven't seen, like, they're not on First Ledger yet. I haven't seen much from them recently. So would love to see a bit more from them. In terms of kind of their marketing and notoriety and stuff like that. No action, but nice memes. That's funny. Yeah, no, I mean, I know some people wanted to see the XRP to Bitcoin price chart. We'll go over that real quick. Memes are all the rage right now. Got to keep everyone happy. Got to keep everyone happy. All right, here we go. This is on the Bitcoin XRP price chart. As we can see, we are coming all the way down here and retesting this bottom, which is super cool to see. This is something we forecasted. It looks like we're coming back here and touching this again. And this is right on time with Bitcoin breaking out. So based on history, every single time Bitcoin has broken out and made that new all-time high, that's kind of been XRP's time to go. And I hope that this also, this also signifies that time as well, which to me, it looks like everything's lining up very nice for those things to coincide like we've seen before. Yeah, I can make Defin a mod. I just need to find him in the chat. Yep. Absolutely. Scotty Steak and Eggs, good to see you. I just noticed you were on the other stream that I don't have a chat on. Mary Cox, good to see you as well. Apologize for not being over there in that chat. I need something that pulls the chats better. It's so hard for me to keep track of all these chats. Can Abs be a mod? Abs, good to see you. No, that's too much power for you, Abs. That's too much power for you. You're gonna start you're gonna use it to destroy the Mickle live streams. Sorry, I gotta figure out. I can't. Oh, that's what I can do. Hold on, I know how to do this. Man, it can be so difficult just to make someone a mod. Here we go. I should be able to do it from here. All right, there we go. Here's Bitcoin coming back down to this bottom. Bitcoin to XRP. And XRP just continuing to respect this bottom here. The story of the day, in my opinion, is on Bitcoin and whether or not it can confirm this breakout. That's what's big right here. That's what we want to see take place. That's probably going to be the most important thing for the future direction of this market. Mickle, you need to make a meme. I do not need to make a meme. I'll tell you that right now. I absolutely do not I absolutely do not need to make a meme. Trust me. Trust me. You don't want me to make a meme. I do appreciate it though. I do appreciate it. Not something I'm going to do though. And guys, just so you know, if you ever do see a meme like with my name, it's not me, right? So I'm never going to make a meme coin. If there is a meme coin of someone like pretending to be me, it wasn't me. So just understand, I unfortunately will not be making a meme, and anyone who makes a meme pretending to be me, it's nothing more than that, right? They're just trying to use my name to get clicks. And yeah. All I have to say about that. Make a meme of my ex? No, Roger. No. That would be brutal. That would be brutal. I cannot do that. No memes. I will make absolutely zero memes. Just the way it goes. He was going over on CNBC right now.
That's going to consume the public. And I think in most crisis situations, what comes down to is what you're competing with. And I think that the media, the Post, the LA Times, are competing with something much larger than a debate about journalism, given what's about to happen.
And that bloodbath is a result of what?
The election. I think that this is not going to be easily resolved. I mean, I think that what's fascinating to me from a crisis management perspective about Trump is that what goes around never comes around, not even a little bit. I mean, you would have thought that the rally at Madison Square Garden would, in any other time, would have been a career killer, a campaign killer. That doesn't seem to be the case. And I think that that's sucking up all the oxygen. And a lot of what I look at when we are in a crisis situation is, what are we competing with? And I think when you're competing with the election, everything else falls by the wayside pretty quickly, unless, of course, you're a McDonald's consumer and you're worried about lunch.
I want to get to McDonald's, but let me just ask this. Do you see these moves by the LA Times, by the Washington Post? Look, there's two views of this. One is that it's a very principled decision that opinion boards, editorial boards should not be endorsing candidates. And then, of course, the question is, if they don't do that, do they actually gain more trust as a function of it? Jeff Bezos made the argument it's at least directionally in the right direction. Or do you see this, as some others do, as capitulation of some sort to former President Trump, fearing that if he wins, there is going to be retaliation?
You know, you can't be responsible for how everybody is going to interpret something. And I think that I, for fun, read the comments on articles, and I was surprised to see that the comments are relatively even in the comments section about the decisions by the LA Times and the Washington Post. Now, I live in Washington, so journalists are understandably outraged. They think that this is the end of the world. I think that consumers are very different. And a lot of times what a lot of the media are having to make a decision about is the kind of consumers they want in the future. And there's a lot of concern about media bias. I think that a lot of that concern is very, very realistic. And so this is one of those things we're going to see over time, whether or not these media outlets end up retaining other people who they might have lost in the short term.
We got to go, Eric, but McDonald's, is there a way back? Easy, hard?
Of course there is. Easy. I mean, in a crisis situation, all people care about is hazard. When you find out that the company has isolated the problem, when you find out that they have pulled the product, that they know exactly what it is, I think that there's a very good chance that sales rebound very, very quickly. Because if you look at McDonald's history, they really have had a shockingly small number of cases like this. And when the government comes out and says you're doing all that you can do, I think it's great. They should feel relatively comfortable. Okay.
We got to run. I appreciate it very, very much. Squawk Box coming back after this.
Cool. BTC in March, Coinbase apps, store ranking 20, BTC 21. Wow, Coinbase is ranked 482 right now. Taylor, that's some crazy data. Wow, retail is asleep. I can't believe how low Coinbase is ranked right now. That's crazy. That's a great stat there. Drop. It's amazing how many people are. No, it feels very quiet. It feels very quiet, which, I mean, in my opinion, is a very good thing, right? The fact that we're almost hitting a new all-time high and most people are completely sleeping on this market. I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible. It's great. Justin Wynn, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Mickle's being raided by the drop community. That's fine. I love the drop community, man. Drop community can come hang out as long as they want, but I can only spend so much time on the meme coin market. DXY is pumping. All right, we'll check out the DXY. Check out the DXY. I think the dollar will be kicked back down once we finally get that next interest rate cut. So Wow, yeah, look at the dollar. That's incredible. So here we go. The dollar right now, obviously pumping pretty hard, but we've seen this a couple times, guys. It seems like this pattern has played out a few times here, right? We had this pump right here, a bunch of candles in a row. Then we got the cut and the price came down. We saw the same thing here. We had a pretty big pump. Then we got the cut and it came down. We got a pretty big pump here. I think one of these times is just going to cause the price to really fall once the market is really convinced that interest rate cuts are here. I am fairly certain that interest rates cuts are here for good. And we're just waiting for these to really stick with the dollar. Right now, people just don't believe we're going to continue to cut. So whether or not they're right or wrong there, that's why the dollar is pumping. People don't believe that interest rate cuts are going to keep happening. Personally, I think it's a no-brainer that interest rate cuts are going to keep happening, but the market needs to be convinced of it. The market absolutely needs to be convinced of it, and so far it just hasn't been. It is interesting that BTC is pumping despite the fact. It is interesting that BTC is pumping despite the fact that obviously the dollar is up. I think that's another testament to BTC's strength right now, which is a very good thing. Would love to see Bitcoin today just do that blow off top, right? Like, I just want to see Bitcoin finally break what? This 64 level and just make like a push to 80, right? Just something to just let people know, like, this thing is up and out, right? This thing is up and out. Roger, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, you want to see the biggest confirmation that we're going to get interest rate cuts? Take a look at this. Take a look at how much the government, take a look at how much the government is paying on their own debt right now. It's skyrocketing. High interest rates are severely hurting the US government in terms of what the US government is paying. Also, can we talk about the fact that Mr. I roasted me last night about not reading the X chat and he doesn't even bother to show up? Mickle, great performance in the XRP XLM debate. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was a ton of fun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love debating, especially when it's a nice debate like that where both sides just kind of let each other speak, right? Mickle Mafia, thank you, Silver Days. Great to have you here as always. Yeah, it's not to say that I'm like anti-XLM or anything. I just think the debate on XRP versus XLM is a bit ridiculous. Like, it's my stance that you can hold both. It was his stance that XRP's trash and XLM is good. And that's the part of the debate that I don't really understand. Like, how could you say XRP is trash and XLM isn't? That's, to me, the part of the debate where I say, you know what? I don't know if I could get on board with that at all. So, guys, as you can see by the amount of interest the government is paying, look, they're not going to pay this forever, right? They are going to be forced to cut interest rates and essentially make it so they're not bankrupting themselves. I am firmly convinced of that. I think that's one of the most obvious reasons why interest rate cuts are very, very necessary. The United States government can't afford to keep paying at these high interest rates. Checking the news real quick and just making sure we're not missing anything here. Well, guys, I'm glad you enjoyed the debate last night. I almost called it off. Not because, of course, I didn't want to debate. Well, actually, yeah, literally just because I didn't really feel like debating. I didn't know how much value people were going to get from it. I didn't know if it was just going to be like a big yelling thing. But I'm really glad we ended up doing it because I think it was pretty educational for a lot of people. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by to that, and I'm glad so many people enjoyed it. And he said banks will not use XRP. Yeah, the thing is like obviously banks are already using XRP and banks are already working with Ripple. So he seemed jaded about the entire thing, which is fine, but you know, I don't really understand why he failed to see that even if you're anti-XRP, it's really hard to see the case why XLM somehow is better. Oh, it was great. It was great. Look, he did himself a disservice by making it me and Vet versus him. He never stood a chance in that. If it was me versus him, I think it would have been a much closer debate, but me and Vet versus him, I mean, he made it very difficult on himself. I can't believe he agreed to that. He asked me who I wanted the moderator to be, and I was kidding. I said Vet, and he's like, 2v1, I'm down. And I was like, all right, man. Like, it's a horrible thing for you to agree to, but let's do it. Roger, he said like maybe no tax on crypto. I don't think you're going to have taxes on cryptocurrencies used for payments. I think you're going to have taxes on cryptocurrencies used for investments. So I don't know what that looks like, but I think there has to be a difference somewhere. I have no idea, Taylor. I have no idea how you could be pro XRP and anti XLM. Like, to me, that's just kind of a ridiculous take to have, but he argued it. He said because Ripple's a for-profit organization and because Ripple's a for-profit organization and that XLM is doing humanitarian aid, that makes it better. I was a little surprised by the argument, but he's the only person I've ever seen make the debate for XRP versus XLM. Yeah, Polka Jam. Yeah, that was a tough one to overcome. So guys, in the XLM, so like his whole thing was like, oh, Ripple holds a bunch of the supply. But the top 200 tokens in the top 200 wallets in the XLM ecosystem hold 98% of the supply. And that's far more concerning in my opinion. That just means all of the XLM is concentrated into 200 wallets. Like, to me, that's massively problematic and far outweighs the Ripple escrow issue. Because here's the thing with the Ripple escrow. You know Ripple's going to be a good steward of the XRP ledger. They've continued to be a good steward of the XRP ledger. For XLM, you're putting all your trust in 200 wallets and you don't even know who these 200 wallets are. They're just 200 random wallets. So the fact that 98% of the supply falls into that, that's scary in my opinion. Ideology has no place investing. I think the ideology does to a certain degree, but not in the way he was putting it. No, there's no date or timeline on the regulatory approval for RLUSD. It literally just comes down to what the New York banking regulators say. So that we're just waiting on them. Stripe funding XLM. Yeah, I don't know what Stripe's involvement is with XLM anymore. I know they got a lot of XLM back in the day, but I don't know what that partnership looks like now. I don't know if there's any commitments. I have no idea. And like I said, it's not to say that I have anything wrong with XLM, right? Like, I've tried to be very clear about this. I certainly don't have anything wrong with XLM, but to sit here and say that XRP is bad and XLM is good, that's where I say, okay, well, that seems to me like a pretty crazy argument. Guys, take a look at this. This was tweeted out by Brian Armstrong, and it's the SEC flip-flopping on issues. I thought this was a very interesting tweet from Brian Armstrong, and just goes to show a lot of the hypocrisy we've been facing in the cryptocurrency industry. This will be interesting to jump into. Deefin, I did check that out. I'll get into that in a minute. So the issue is a digital asset a security, and these are the SEC statements. In 2018, a digital asset all by itself is not a security. In 2021, a digital asset embodies and represents an investment contract. In 2024, a digital asset is just computer code. 5 days later, the digital asset itself represents the investment contract. 8 months later, the digital asset itself is not the security. Is Bitcoin a security? In 2023, Bitcoin, the SEC has never claimed Bitcoin as a security. 2024, there's not an answer. Maybe. In 2024, 4 days later, it's not a security. Can the SEC regulate digital asset exchanges? 2021, right now there's no market regulator for crypto exchanges. 2022, Congress gave us a broad framework to regulate exchanges. Is existing law clear? 2020, there's no clarity about whether digital assets are securities. 2023, we have clear regulatory framework built over 90 years. So what's so interesting about this is right now Ripple's on trial, and one of Ripple's defenses is fair notice. Guys, this only goes back to 2018. The SEC is suing Ripple for what they didn't know in 2014. It is so obvious there is clear confusion in the market, and it is so obvious that that clear confusion has literally come from the SEC. So in my opinion, this is a really big issue for their fair notice, and I think this was just awesome by Brian Armstrong to put this out there, because look, it just shows how ridiculous it is. If you can't even get a clear answer from the regulator in the room, how are you supposed to possibly run a business and know things that were never communicated to you in terms of what's allowed and what's not? It's such a strong point for Ripple's fair notice defense. I want to play this video before we cut out of here. Guys, this is specifically on the XRP Ledger MetaMask integration that I believe is going to be very important for bringing a lot of new users to the XRP Ledger. A lot of people use the MetaMask wallet, and to be able to use that on the XRP Ledger is a really big win.
So I think there is many things going on. Interoperability with the XRP LEVM, interoperability with the XLR chains, IBC, it's another component that it's also open through the XRP LEVM, so it creates a new kind of connectivity. MetaMask snaps. We are exploring new other ways of connectivity with other ecosystems. We are exploring zero knowledge. So there is a huge range of things that are gonna pop up together. And I think all these things will be able to leverage the true potential of the XRP ledger. What I mentioned in the Cosmos event in Dubai. One of the great things we have is real world assets as well. There is all these T-bills that are going to be tokenized. There is these huge partnerships that are launching hundreds of millions of tokenized assets on the XRP ledger. And if we can put this layer of trust, this layer of issuance on the XRP ledger, that then these assets can be exposed to other ecosystems, that will create a huge volume and a huge increase of the activity of the XRP ledger. Because at the end of the day, if you are using XRP or if you are using a real world asset in another ecosystems, it means that first, this asset has been issued on the XRP ledger. Then there is a transaction to bridge this asset to another ecosystem. So just by these transactions, to satisfy the demand and to bridge it outside, are two transactions that were not going to happen if you didn't expose these assets onto other sides. So this is two extra transactions, in some cases far more than that, that are not happening if you don't bring this exposure outside. So I think the same activity that you can see on the XRP ledger, it's still going to happen, plus the activity or the demand that it's happening from the rest of the ecosystems that will start still on the XRP ledger. And I think this will create a big explosion of use cases of people requesting very different sort of assets coming from the XRP ledger. And hopefully we can make the XRP ledger also the place to issue all these assets and then to leverage it to the whole industry. That's a quick tutorial on how to interact with the Snap. We have this website, snap.xrplevm.org. You can have all the information here that you need. You have a small video, facts, etc. You have the links to the security audit. You have the link to customer support. GitHub, it's open source. You can contribute, and you can access the wallet. When you access the wallet, you will get to this page that will ask you to connect the XRP Ledger Snap. When you click connect, it will pop over your MetaMask, and then it will say, hey, we want to install the XRPL Snap. It will ask you a couple of permissions. And when you confirm, you click install the Snap. And all right, you're done set. With that, you already have an XRPL account, and you can use it from the MetaMask Snap. If you do that, you can participate, by the way, still until the 8th of November to this campaign when you have one code, and you can apply to a survey now on Gleam and get the chance to get a share of 10,000 XRPs, which is a good incentive to make a first trial. And from this point, you can start using the XRP Ledger to make transfers, to see your tokens, NFTs. If it's your first time, you can deposit XRPs through your wallet account. You can make a deposit here. You can also create a purchase transaction on Transact and recharge and activate your account. And you can swap between different networks if you feel more comfortable to start with testnet first. And you are all set to get started. Yeah, we have this customer support in the Discord on XRPL EVM, and we'll be answering any question, not only for users, also for developers. We open 2 channels, one for user support, one for developer support. Installing or supporting the Snap in any of the app should be a matter of very few days. We've seen applications in 24 hours, 48 hours, publishing that they are already supporting the Snap. So it shouldn't be a very tough process. And yeah, I think that can grab our exposure to the app, at least to potential 30 million monthly active users. Then it's your turn to see how you engage with them, but the potential is there.
So that's pretty incredible. Close to 30 million active users soon getting access to the XRP ledger. Very, very cool to see. And it's just nice to see how quickly this ecosystem is growing. Guys, with that said,